share any words that you may have?
For those of you who don't know, I had Kevin at Midwest City High School. I'm glad that he forgave me and quit yelling at me when I left. But I had him as a freshman, sophomore. He moved over from that other school, Carl Albert, I think it was, as an 8th grader. Saw him play as an 8th grader. Was really excited because of his gifts that he had at that time, his length, his abilities. Was excited to get him to high school. He played a lot for me as a freshman, started some games, started most every game as a sophomore. The one thing that that he gave to our program was in the gym all the time. I couldn't get him out of the gym in the preseason, and so I knew as a freshman that he had a chance to do this without a doubt at a higher level, and so very proud of him. Very proud of what he became and grew in those 2 years, not just as a basketball player, but as a person. I felt like, I mean, obviously he has, great support.
Well, I've known Coach Bradley longer than I've known KO, but KO was playing for Coach Bradley in high school the first time we went up against him in summer basketball, and we were at Santa Fe with Buddy Buckets, and we had a pretty good team. Wasn't Sean Padula on that team? Yeah, and we could not stop KO. We could not stop him, and we had really good players.
You were playing on that.
Huh?
It was just KO on that team.
It was just KO on that team. That's what I'm saying. We could not stop him, no matter what we did. And I thought to myself, how do we get that guy? So we're at Mustangs. You remember the day? In warm-up. I'm a sophomore coach. He's down there warming up, and I went over and I said, when are we going to get you in a Buddy Bucket uniform? And he said, when are you going to ask? And I think we kind of did that deal right then and there. Did. But I want to give you one word that I take from KO's journey, okay? It's steel. He's got a determination about him that if we all had, he's a fighter. And if somebody tells him he can't, it just makes him go that much harder. Unfortunately, Coach, Daniel and I didn't have the fire you had. But there were times when we battled because we saw the potential in this young man. But we are so proud of you, man. We are so proud of you.
It's funny, coming into Sunrise, it was a new experience for me. I had spent 7 years in D1 ball and kind of didn't know what I was getting into. And you come in, you have this new crew of guys coming together, and I was just saying how much different it is than college ball because the season comes to a close and everyone leaves. You don't normally lose your whole roster at once, but came in and when Kay was there in one of our first workouts, he gets hurt and he ends up having to miss a good amount of time.
I'm sorry, how did he get hurt? Can we talk about that?
Yes, we do. We do want to talk about that.
I didn't bring it up. It was brought up by someone else. KO early on, I think we knew he was going to be a scorer. And so on the defensive side of the ball, he left a little bit to be desired early on. And so he gets beat in an early pickup game. Guy gets 5.
First day.
We're just letting the guys go live because that's how ball players get to know each other. And I think he reaches from behind, tries to back tap his man, and takes an elbow right in the teeth, right in the kisser, and loses the tooth or chips it.
You lost one and broke the other.
Yeah, completely loses one tooth, chips another one, needs to go have dental work done. We lose him for how many weeks was it?
8.
Yeah, it was dang near 2 months. It was a while that we lost him for, and so we thought we knew what we had as far as what his skill was and what he was going to be as a player. But I think what we ended up with was way more than that. We We had someone who, like the other coaches have said, was extremely driven. I think more than a skill set, we had a leader for our program, someone who was going to not just echo the coaches' voices, but really embrace it and push other people to meet that standard around him. He had a very healthy, I don't want to say frustration, but drive to see the other people around him meet that level of drive he had in his life. And that was something that was very healthy for our team. And so just to see the way that he was willing to grow and embrace the changes that we were pushing for him to become the ball player that we all in this room believe that he could become, that was the biggest thing for us as a program, because he raised the standard of Sunrise basketball, just like I'm sure in your life, you know, he's been a blessing to you. That's why we're all here today. And so I know we're grateful for that. In some of our biggest games, he had some of his biggest moments. But again, just way more than a scorer, way more than a basketball player. Not all Division I programs are the same, and Drake's one of the really good ones.
Yes, thank you.
And so good people know good people. Good people continue to run into good people. And so the thing I'm most excited for KO is that he doesn't just have his foot in the door. You know, he kicked that thing down, and he's going to be in a place where I think between Coach D and the university there, he's going to be in a place where he can really thrive. And so just excited to see you on that journey. You know, I've been in a different world, and you're about to step into that world that I was blessed to be in, but I really feel like you're going to have a lot of success there and continue to affect the people around you, not just with the way you put the ball in the bucket or hopefully now defend as a better individual and team player, but again, just with more importantly, the type of person you are and the drive you have, and you know where you're going to head in life. So we're proud of you, man.
Yes,
So thankful, man. I'm overjoyed. I really am to be at this point, to see my son at this moment. I just was thinking about him growing up, and one of the things one of the coaches said about him being determined. And when me and Kevin would play football or basketball in the front yard, he would get so mad when I would beat him. He would go in the house, slam the door. I mean, it was like, man, why are you so angry, son? You know, but I think what that instilled in him is that determination. Man, I want to win. I want to beat my dad. You know, and now he runs circles around me. But the other thing that I praise God for is young people have challenges at times. But through prayer, through faith,
yes,
through trusting God when you don't have answers, when you don't know how it's going to work out. When you do that, it allows God to work things out to His glory.
yes.
And what today represents is God working things out to His glory. He gets all the praise. He gets all the glory for this day and what Kevin has done and what he will do. It's all because of him. And so, man, I could go on basketball stories and things like that, but I just want to thank God and tell you, son, how proud I am of you not giving up. You staying focused. When all the distractions was waving their hands in front of you, you stayed focused, man. And this is the fruit of it. This is the blessing of your labor. All right? God bless you, man.
Okay, so we've got our national letter of intent, and we've got our financial aid. That's the most important, right? So we need the signature here and a signature there. That's a signature. I could still.
You gonna be a doctor?
We can forge a signature.
Anything else we need to?
Parent, nope. Let's see. If you're under 18. Sign in.